Hey, everybody out there. Welcome to the Hexagon TTRPG. I'm Brent, and I'm thrilled to have you join us for today's adventure. We're diving into an actual play of Progenitors, Bloodlines. It's a TTRPG where we're going to be using the Cypher system. So players, grab your dice and settle in. Today, we're playing with Simon as the Fiery Wilm Fair, Peter as the Tough Tomas, Diana as the Intergalactic Cutie Quinn T314. And me, Richard GM. So my players have decided to flip the script on me today, and have asked me, who showed up late to the prep in the background by like 20 minutes, to come up with facts for all of their characters instead of they themselves. And so now I curse all of you with my facts that will become canon. And I have not been thinking about them, so they're all going to be off the cuff as heck.
Cool. Good. Just
For
can't.
Will,
Yes.
Will, I think we've talked quite a bit. You know what? I should open up your old facts.
Just make sure it doesn't contradict others.
Yeah,
or just like copy paste. This sounds like a great idea. I can't believe I just thought of this all on my own.
Great.
So going back into the old facts. Yeah, I think you were a man who liked the creature comforts of the old world, and who's a bit disappointed in the current state of the new world. I think Wilm has a secret creature comfort here in the new world.
Okay.
So I think that Wilm has done something, and maybe I'm looking for you to complete the fact here, but like maybe you like have like a certain moss or something, like a really nice moss you found, that you maybe cover your feet in at night, or like put like a little mat in front of your bed, so it's the first thing you touch every morning when you wake up, and you can kind of just like touch this really soft moss and be like, all right, today's going to be a good day when you get out of bed.
Okay.
And you can like wipe your feet off on it before you go to bed, so you don't bring your feet. It's just like, it's a little creature comfort.
Well, I mean, I already kind of like have a little fact of like he keeps his little garden by his sleeping area to like remind him of home. So like I feel like he's probably found some like plants that kind of remind him of older like species. That he kind of like just as like that's like kind of like lets him just kind of get that little like hit of nostalgia. It's like he uses that to kind of help, but like it doesn't quite make it a new world comfort. It's still an old world comfort at that point. So it wouldn't quite work.
Yeah, so I think this moss grows out of the garden and then over by the foot of the bed, so it makes this little mat that you can kind of maintain.
We say bed, but it's literally just like the floor, the ground. We don't have beds.
I feel like you guys have made like little cots of some, like you've killed so many chickens of these basilisks. I'm sure you have like feathers covered by something. So
the thing is, we don't have like things to keep the feathers in.
No, it's a pile. It's like a little pile.
It's like a pile of leaves, but a pile of feathers.
Yeah, we've got some feathers and some leaves on top, and like, I don't know, it's more comfortable than the floor.
Sure. Or maybe I use the moss itself as like my cushy bed.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're growing it and coaxing it, and you're like, this is going to be the new bed.
Yeah, this is going to be my nice soft bed.
Incredible. Yes. So that's my will fact.
Fantastic.
That you're working on some comforting stuff. I think we'll jump over to Tomas. Tomas, you have been, I think, when I look at these facts, there's a lot of like interacting with the world around you. You've been collecting parts of Zelkarith. You've been interacting with the drill hound. You have like new parts that have appeared onto your body. So I think that a fact about Tomas is that there's also a little bit of introspection that's been happening. And because you live in this community in the Feywild with all these people around, and now Otto, who was kind of like one of your neutral grounding forces, has left. I think that Tomas has had to feel these emotions of all the people around him, and as a leader be approached by people so often that you've gotten a little bit more comfortable with those emotions being around. And I think that, you know, they're kind of like weather. They're like little weather systems in a sense, where you know that if you go out into a rainstorm, you get a little bit wet. And I think that now, instead of being so uncomfortable, Tomas is a little bit like, okay, well, if I go, you know, near someone who's crying, I know I'm going to be a little bit sad. Or if I know I'm near someone who's angry, I know I'll be a little bit mad. And so you're a little bit maybe better prepared just for the communal aspect of life.
I love it.
Incredible.
No notes. It's perfect.
No notes. It's perfect. Great. And last but certainly not least, we have Quinn. We have Overseer Quinn. Diana. I think Quinn has been a little bit detached from managing your people. I think there's been a lot of, I'll give a little advice here, a little advice there. And mentor in your helmet means that you always have someone who can kind of like back up, right, and give you like quick calculations and math and things like that that you maybe not necessarily could do quickly. And so people expect you to be this intelligent, wise person. And what this means is that sometimes when you get into a mood or something, and you say something kind of like off the cuff really quickly, I think that there's some some strange things that have made their way into the lore of your people, such as there's like an obsession with a small group of like 5 or 6 people that are like, we're gonna recreate the space jelly donut, because they heard about it and how it was so good. And the leader of their faction, who is like, you know, the closest thing to like almost like a demigod on this existence. And so they're devoting their time to the study of pastry. Like a couple other, you know, one of them was like, oh, I heard a rumor that you used to have a gun. And so they're trying to come up with a schematic for some sort of a tool you could use. And I think you've heard rumors that there's even maybe a little bit of a want for replacing natural limbs with something synthetic to be a little bit more like you. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Everyone's chopping off their limbs.
And meanwhile, the Phoenicians are like, oh, look, Willen is gardening. Like, maybe we should start a garden too.
We're gonna make jelly donuts. What you mean?
I made jelly donuts. I cut my toes off.
Well, on that note, make sure you say hi in chat if you're new here and hit the follow button, stay in the loop. You can catch up on past episodes and more content over on YouTube at the TheHexagonTTRPG. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. So without further ado, I think we can get started here. My goodness. Do we have anyone in chat? We have Simon.
Hey.
Sweet. Last time on Dimensionauts Progenitors Bloodlines, the show with 2 colons and 3 words, there you guys had gone into the forest, had fought some voidlings in an attempt to start to burn out the infection of the forest, to make good on your promise to the memory tree Valeth. Mini V, I think you had gone to see him at one point just before that to just make sure that it was okay to like use wood or something. What was it exactly? It was like if we have to cut down trees and things like that.
Yeah. in case like if they burn out and everything, we need to just make sure like the controlling the burn isn't seen as too damaging to him.
Yeah, and I think Miniv was very accommodating. And so you went off into the woods and found one of these bug-infested places with these orange egg sacs that release these small swarms of these like centipede-like bugs from another dimension. All of you worked together, were able to contain this nest in particular, and kind of like create a fire where you were like, pushing the infected trees inward to kind of like burn out this patch. From under the ground, there burst forth a mantid-like voidling that seemed to have some sort of sentience to it. But Tomas was able to, by resonating with it emotionally, find that it's not so much an individual sentience as it is some sort of connected hive mind. And what he briefly was able to touch, I believe on a nat 20 at the time, was that there was some greater being that was very far off and connected to this. But you defeated it with a little bit of help from your friends. I think Bart burned his hands again by blasting a hole in its leg. And you guys were able to take it out. Although it did do quite a number on Tomas, specifically kind of stabbed into you and was attempting to rip you in half before it was shuffled off this mortal coil. That being said, you're able to take a trophy and make your way back to camp. Unfortunately, Oberon was waiting for you and seemed a little bit disappointed in you having only taken out the one so far. And he has now basically said that your head start is over and he is going to be joining the fray. Tomas took this challenge to heart and immediately wished to rush back out into the wilderness to fight. I believe your companions wish to join you.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
And so the challenge starts in earnest. All of you, I think, ready to go. And so I want to clarify a few things before we get into kind of like the mini game that I have to be fighting a bunch of Void Lake nests. So are you taking any people from the camp with you? Or are you going just to Progenitors and maybe like a select few kind of like warriors? Like, are you trying to be small and like quick and powerful, or are you trying to be just like large group, overwhelmed with like big numbers? That'll be like slower.
I think last time we took a select few, and I think they all got injured.
The first nest, it was like they were so busy just containing the flames and stuff that they couldn't even really help you guys in the fight aspect of it. So they weren't really great. And then even Bart was like, it took so much out of him to fight the Voidling. You guys noticed that it wasn't super effective.
So then these the like soldiers we brought last time weren't really injured. They were just busy doing other things.
Injured. Yeah, and they have their magical weapons still. They're like more like all of them are like more utility focused for the for the most part.
Yeah. So we could technically take them again.
Absolutely. I mean, they're ready. They're like, this time I think what were their names? Damn it.
Oh, I got it. I
got them somewhere.
Yeah.
Joao.
Yeah. Atoma. and Linda.
Linda. Linda is quick to say, we are ready for combat, and I will watch the spiders this time, so Zed Karith can go with you. Basically volunteers to stay back while others handle whatever duties during the battle.
Pretty well.
Was Johnny injured?
Johnny was not injured. He seemed fine. He was dealing with a lot of the fire. I think like truly like a fireman was like in the embers and like shoveling stuff out of the way and making sure the forest was okay. He's like kind of covered in soot a little bit. He looks extra hot. I don't know.
Like, with his axe.
Both.
Literally, looks wise. It's
Sweaty, sooty with his
It's
ass.
literally
he
the-
looks like
The
Arnold
picture of a fireman
Schwarzenegger.
like calendar.
Yeah. Oh, with the axe over his shoulder.
Can I find a good picture? It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger at the end of Commando.
Okay.
God damn, this guy keeps getting hotter. Johnny.
Oh yeah, here. Just like glistening and
Is this on? Oh yeah. Oh yes. Incredible. When did he get so jacked?
He's been swinging that axe around all time.
Yeah.
that axe around.
I think we all were.
Maybe yeah.
You're not wrong. He definitely was slimmer when he first started, and he's kind of bulking up now. Hey, Quinn, roll me an intellect roll. That's kind of your specialty here.
First roll of the day. Natural one.
Get that bad juju out of here.
There's a one in there.
That's pretty good. There's definitely some sort of magic fueling Johnny. It's like his magic seems to be not focused outward but inward. So he's got like a strengthening magic going on.
Ooh. The flames of Muscles.
He's got energy within. All right, so that's the party. That's the hunting party. So we've got the the 3 promising students, and then I believe we had like 7. How many were there total? 15 or 17, or 15 or 20?
Oh,
15?
yeah, I don't remember how many we
I
were.
thought it was like 15. So there's 12 other, which I think most of them were decafouts, and then there was a couple of Phoenicians and a couple of understeers.
8, 9, 10.
Definitely
Yeah,
scouts
15
with
plus
Phoenicians.
Bart, Will, Quinn, Tomas, and then I guess 8 recruits, 3 of which are more promising.
And Malin was there. Yeah.
Malin.
So it's the 3 of you, Malin and Bart, and then 15 others. So it was a hunting party of 20. We like even numbers.
Yes.
Yeah. Is Malin coming?
I believe Malin was there. She came back and she had those bracers.
Yeah.
The
The first one to get the armor.
So quick.
The armor equipment.
She's like, let me at it. I need to get in there.
Yeah, no, she downloaded the data.
Yeah.
Kung Fu trading, like
I know. Can't believe you guys didn't notice that Matrix reference until now. Incredible. So, do you guys want to replace Bart with anybody? Because then you'll be 19 when you set off this time.
No, this is all like pretty like spontaneous. So I think that at least not from my side. Like I'm just gonna grab whoever's ready to go and head off.
Okay. Yes, you guys must have been 20.
No, Bart already hurt his hands.
Yeah, he can't come again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to rest a little bit.
Do we have like any healers that can come with us?
You guys?
Oh.
Try it and see.
If you guys have ciphers, I think you might have some healing salve ciphers and things. Yes. So like, I mean, you see Bart like getting some salve on his hands, so he's going to be like healing up fine kind of deal. I think for the most part, the healing salve at camp is more like if you can get somebody back to camp and they're alive, they're most likely going to live. It's
Which
like
is
you won't die
basically,
of infection. You won't die of getting your limb cut off if you make it there.
Do it on purpose.
Yeah. I think maybe just as you're leaving, Kalen will kind of stop you. Tomas, let me come on the hunt. I can help. I saw that Bart was injured.
And he I mean, he doesn't mince words, so I think like I just having that like anticipation of emotional connection. I think as soon as like he arrives, even before he says anything, I understand. And I just sort of like nod in agreement. I don't even argue it.
And he falls in behind you, that being more than enough confirmation. And he still has that kind of bark armor, so he's a little bit more armored now as well. And it's like there's a helmet even that like hides like a lot of his face, kind of like slitted and stuff, just leaving his like mouth open and free to talk. And truly, like if he just kind of like put himself against a tree facing the tree, it would be hard to see him. So not only is this like an armor, but it's a stealth armor.
I'll look at his getup and actually I'll just say, do you have a weapon?
Of course. And you see that he takes from his side, and it was like blending in with like his leg, and it's like a really dense piece of wood. And as he picks it up, you can see that it's like this piece of wood on one side has like stone embedded in it, and it's like a black dark stone. It says, I've traded with the Fae, done some heavy lifting for them, and I've gotten this, a club. The purest and most effective weapon.
Good for bashing.
Yeah, and it's like fairly short, and he's like, I can put all my power into it.
Yeah.
So he's got like a club and like a little buckler type shield going on.
All right.
He didn't take one of the magic weapons.
He has this.
And there's something like if we have a magic weapon that's similar to this, that he can just potentially.
Yeah. I mean, he looks at you. Well, I can have one of the magic weapons. That'd be great. the more weapons, the better.
Yes. I mean, I think we kept them by the forge.
He like puts the club back and like clicks, so it has like a connection into the armor, so it can kind of like stay there. If you have a dagger or something, I could kind of put it in the armor just as a backup.
I don't have it on me, no, but we have whatever is left over from that lot of weapons that we traded for by the forge.
Linda, fetch me a dagger.
I think everyone had like outfitted themselves with like the strongest things we had, just to like make sure that we can actually stand a chance.
If I remember, there's mostly elemental enchantments on these that are more utility than like damaging, or like it's not like going to be wind scar and there's a big fucking effect that comes out. Like it's more like can start small fires or like can create
but like
water.
still, you never know. Might be helpful.
Lena comes back, has a small dagger, gives it to him. She says, "This one, it's the smallest. It's the only dagger that we saw in the pile, but it has an effect, a light effect. Very good." And he like looks at it. He goes, "I will try it out later."
Well, just assuming that the magical weapons are a bit more solidly built than the other stuff, at least it probably won't break.
Probably, but they probably have some sort of a limit, maybe once a day or something like that.
Right, that its effect, yes, but the weapon itself should just be sturdier than the average dagger, I would assume.
In the blink of an eye, Kalen whirls as fast as he possibly can, his club in his hand before you can even make out. And on an incredibly high roll, he just shatters a small tree right next to you guys, just obliterates right through the trunk with the club. And it just in splinters and like falls off into the forest. And he just yells out, "Firewood!" and then you see like a deck of out just kind of like young ones come and they're just like, "Wait," and just start dragging the tree off. He goes, "This is strong and fast."
Sure. But you can use what you want. I was just trying to help.
He has the dagger just in case. But knowing Kalen, he could fell one of those bugs with his bare hands.
Yes, but he looks a little, kind of a little shy, and he's my partner requested that I keep these hands in good shape.
Then we will honor that. Well, you heard him, everyone. Protect his hands.
Tomas. He just walks away. All right, Aylin, let's go. Time to get these, give them all 1-2, right? Looks at you, Quinn. She's like, that's a saying, right? I saw it in the you know what? Not movies. What's a movie?
You guys got Netflix over there? The heck?
Just following you with eyes sparkling. What's a movie? What is it? That sounds cool. Did they say that in movies? Right. You guys make your way off into the forest. Smaller group, faster. You are making your way in. Oberon, though, you saw him leave, was alone. And so he's basically going as fast as he possibly can. So the way we're going to do this, there's going to be a search part where you go into the forest. You have to search around for a little bit to find the next nest. Each nest, there's going to be 3 checks to, handle the nest. So the more checks that you succeed in handling a nest, the easier the fight with the kind of like brood mother will be for the voidlings there. So the thing that's laying the eggs or protecting that particular nest will be more affected by what you've done. And then obviously the more it's affected, the faster you beat it and with less injury, allowing you to go for longer. I think that we're going to role play this over the course of a few days. So after, I don't know, it took you a few hours. Probably you'll want to go maybe like 2 or 3 nests a day, depending on how many injuries you get. I think once you start going more than like 3 nests a day, like you're starting to like kind of extend yourselves of like, do we want to be, gaining exhaustion or tired, or like we have to sleep and rest. But if you're really good on your search rolls, then I think that it would take less time and then potentially net you guys some more per day. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Do you guys have any suggestions?
To like how to handle the nest?
About anything that you would want to add to this? Like, is there something you feel like I missed? Well, since you're finding the nests and handling them, it's like you can't really ambush the boss monster that's coming out of it.
Unless like if the nest is like in a like cave or something, and we like just make the cave like have a cave in or something.
You could roll me an intellect roll. So you like you're thinking of this as a plan.
Well, because like, I know that some of them were like able to like dig and such, but
They could also like,
it's a
teleport
15
and stuff.
Yeah, on a 15, there's a few traits that they have that you think would lead to that being not the best plan. One, they can dig, but if it's in a cave, you're like, oh, it's stone, maybe that could work. Two is that they had some sort of a shifting ability. And if you'll remember last time I gave you guys an item, a Cypher that was like a single use for it gives you the ability to use that shifting ability temporarily.
Okay, but that was the like boss itself. The eggs themselves would be destroyed.
The eggs would be destroyed, but the centipedes also had that shifting ability. I think if you guys remember, it was a little hard to hit them sometimes, and it was that.
Okay, so yeah.
Like even when they were dying, they were like sucking, like I don't know, created like a mini black hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were in like imploding.
Yeah.
Okay. Could we potentially smoke them out if they were in caves?
I think so.
Or just like, yeah, because I mean, like again, if blocking the entrance of a cave or wherever they're laying their eggs wouldn't work because they can just teleport out or dig out, but like smoking them out might, I don't know, disorient them, take out their vision.
Yep. So we will see as you encounter each
it really
egg scenario.
Yeah.
I'd also like to suggest that we like stay in pair. Like, well, obviously we're a big group, but we form pairs because like we did discover that the things can like teleport behind us.
Yeah.
And so like if we try and like keep it so that we're always watching each other's backs, like at least in the pairs, that we might be able to avoid some backstabbing.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we did bring some scouts as well. So
yeah, I think they should
be found like through the air too.
Oh, they can fly?
Yeah, some of the scouts can, yeah.
Yep, there are a handful of Phoenicians that have flying abilities.
If you can ask those or that scout or those scouts to not just search for other nests, but also see if they can track Oberon. We have an idea where he is while we're doing all this.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll say like it doesn't have to be part of the 20 that you guys have. Like you can just assign a separate scout.
Yeah, because they're not part of the fighting or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So and they'll check in like, you know, every couple of hours or something. They'll like send like a little like flame signal in the sky. So then one of your scouts will just keep it an eye, and they'll be able to respond to that one.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Great. So without further ado, who would like to roll a speed roll to search through the forest? Perfect. And because of the 2 scouts that are helping you, you are going to get a +2, which is a kind of a rare mechanic in this game, to that roll. Actually, Maylin is going to help you too, and she's really fast. So I'll give you a +3, which is basically the max I can ever give.
Super scout.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No. Total of 5.
Oh. Oh my gosh, that is special.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you an XP, and I'm going to invoke your doom. And I will make you purposely fail this because it's more interesting. As you guys set out you see a potential area for an infestation. It's a swamp area. You're like, oh, there's an egg here, but it's an older egg. And as you guys dive into this swamp area, it just bogs you down. It's so goopy and muddy. As you're going through, you keep catching like a glimpse of orange just through, and you're like, it's just over there. And as you're going, you turn, and oh, where is it? And there's another little glow that way. And you guys kind of get mired in this swamp for just an amount, a couple of hours, just making it ways deeper into the swamp. And eventually, as the swamp fog mists clear a little bit, you get to the infestation site. And you realize that orange glow that you were seeing scuttling around was actually the nasty critter I have on screen with an egg on its back, and it was like moving and trying to kind of distract you guys from where the actual nest was. Malin just fucking gives it a bop, and it fucking tumbles end over end, and you guys can set about attacking this infestation pit. I am going to roll. You get an update from your scout watching Oberon. Oberon is not doing too much better. He seems to he already found a nest and had basically a little bit of trouble containing it all on his own. Your scout has signaled that he seems to have, in response to you taking a squad with you, has put out a call to some of the Fae of the Forest to come help him, a small squad. So basically, he's kind of matching what you're doing.
Okay.
Right, guys. Handling the nest. I'm going to need 3 rolls, and I would like you all to describe which stat you're going to roll with and what you're doing with your powers to use that stat to contain this nest.
Okay, can we get a lay of the land of like what the nest looks like?
Yeah, super swampy, like I described, like on screen, like goopy mud, water. There's like these old trees gnarled with like old vines and stuff in here. The tree like canopy overhead is like kind of tangled with these vines and just hanging dead debris that create this basically the light that you see is like ghostly and otherworldly in a sense. It's like it doesn't feel like it's the middle of the day. It feels pale and like there's just not quite enough light reaching the bottom of the forest floor here.
Okay. And we see the eggs?
You see the egg sacs, again, attached to like trees and roots and things. It seems like they feed off of the root systems, like these dull orange glows here and there. So they're pretty easy to spot, even though it's like a little bit darker here. Like that's not a problem. And you see like even in the water, there's a little bit of like glows, like little patches of glowing eggs. And I think like Will, you can like kick at it a little bit with your foot just to like kind of clear a little bit of that swampy water area to check. And it's like the roots that have grown into the swampy water, they're nestled there among them.
How large is this like pond of water? Bless you.
The water is kind of like in this whole area, like being a swamp, it's not so much that it's just one big pond, but it's like there's many pockets of water of varying depths. None of it is deeper than your knees.
So I'm saying like this pocket that has the eggs in it, for example.
There's a few like pockets around here. It's like a small area.
Because what I wanted to try and do was like boil the water.
Sure, yeah. I mean, you could definitely do that. You can cover like some of the surface area. You can do that too.
But that's why I wanted to like see like how big this like pocket of water was to be like, okay, well, is it even worth trying? So that's why like what's the surface area of it? Like, is it I don't know, as big as a car, as like 4 cars? Like how like.
I'll say like this area is pretty big. So like it's like a block's worth of area. Like a couple hundred meters at least. So you coming in and doing this would definitely be helpful because it would give, there's another 15 people with you. And I think 3 of which, actually there's another 18 people with you guys because you're 21 total. 3 of which are like your hero lieutenants. So whatever you guys do to help them in this moment is going to make a huge difference.
Okay, well, I mean, like, look, if it's something that will make a difference, that like isn't like gonna just like be like, oh, it's like nothing really, then yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have an ability to shoot fire and try to boil the water away?
Yeah, I have. Well, I have onslaught, which is just emitting like that, just this again onslaught of fire from my hands, kind of like burning hands, I guess, in D&D.
Mhm.
So just kind of just like channel all that heat into the water rather than like trying to deal more like with fire, because fire and water won't really work, but just to heat up the water. So going more for that heat energy rather than the flame energy.
All right, describe to me what it looks like as you're casting this around, and then we're going to have you roll, and it's going to be a difficulty 4.
It's not even going to be casting around. Like, I feel like before, when he cast his flames, you'd physically see the flame kind of like come out from his hands and kind of like float kind of almost on his palms. Whereas now, when he's concentrating on the heat, there is no flame. You just see his hands start to glow more and more like red to get like it's almost that like white hot color. And then he's gonna slowly like just like put it into the water, and at that heat you can see the water. It's already kind of like starting to like bubble and fizz as he starts putting his fingers in, and then his whole hands, and he just kind of kneel into this like little space, and just can like I don't know how to like say it, but just like force himself to kind of just emit that as much heat as possible.
Yeah, just radiate the heat out as much as you can. And so, Will, as you do this, roll me that ability roll, and you're looking for a difficulty of 4, so at least a 12 on the die.
Okay, so it is intellect as its onslaught.
Yeah, and as always, if you fail by 5 or succeed by 5, additional effects.
Yeah, so I'm going to use an effort here. So that's going to take me down to a... Ooh, I made a mistake here. I put my current in, like as my max stats by accident, so I have to like go back and like redo that, but it's all good. I have my current anyways. 15 plus the effort.
Yep, which would be 18. Or it would lower the difficulty from 12 to 9. So you definitely beat it by the 5. You radiate that heat outwards into the swamp. Maybe close your eyes and just focus on spreading the heat as much as possible. And I think the Decaphoutes road nearby just like, oh, and they jump out of the way. Maybe like one jumps onto a tree, like holds onto it to get off the ground as it's like starts to like be really hot, and then just a flash vaporization of water all around you in a circle, just exposing the floor, and like all kinds of egg patches just like really visible now. And you can see that the 2 Phoenicians are able to like swoop down immediately and like start stabbing into the egg sacs and taking care of business here. In vaporizing that water, you can see that it's exposed a bunch of like gnarled, tangled root systems that would have been like hidden by water at the base of trees, where it would have been hard to see that glow. But instead, because the water is gone, it's like, oh, there's definitely eggs right there. And so they're able to like stab in and get them. And right away, I think you guys notice that because of the swampy terrain here, there's not going to be as much burrowed eggs or tunnels or anything like that. It's just too wet and, dense.
Nice.
Right. Tomas.
Okay. So I know you said we would try and deal with the egg situation, and that might affect like the brood mother, but we kind of got surprised by the brood mother. So I'm assuming that she's like in the area with us as all this is happening.
Yeah, you know that she's here somewhere.
Is she like engaging at all?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, last time, like, you really like had to kill the whole air, like all of the eggs, and then
Yeah,
set the thing on fire, and then that was like what caused her to come out.
that's yeah. Okay. um. All right. Um. I mean, with the eggs exposed now, I guess we can just go to town and just start taking them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess I'll use my power to try and help coordinate the other Decaphouts. So I'll do like I'll channel with my empathy, kind of like a pack tactics, drill hound mentality, like an animalistic, like let's hunt together and all sort of be like working in sync. And I'll even like release the drill hound, and like have it kind of almost like guide this hunting pack. So yeah, I just want to kind of like send out like a wave of empathy to the other Decaphouts so that we're all like on the same wavelength.
Okay, cool. Is that's going to be an intellect roll for your emotional frenzy stuff?
Yeah. Right. So I am trained, so I have a 1 asset in the empathy magic.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna roll straight. I'm not gonna use any effort.
Yep. Same difficulty as before, so difficulty 4, so 9 with your asset.
Okay. Here we go. 18.
Incredible. On an 18, you split into those kind of 3 groups. Kalen leading some, you leading some, the drill hound leading some, the residents of the emotional wave. Water just vaporized. You guys, I think, circle the area, making sure that nothing, no stone left unturned. You find these 3 groups, find the edges of the area of the nest, and then are able to circle around and start spiraling inwards in a very coordinated, almost geometrically, like a sacred geometry effort of like scanning the area and taking care of this very efficiently. So on that 18, it's like you guys aren't missing anything from edge inwards towards where Will kind of like dried a lot of this area.
Beautiful.
All right. Quinn, how are you contributing? Okay. I mean, you can follow her. I'm going to say you're not directly helping the effort as much as the others if you do this, because you're kind of focusing, you're half focusing on, I want to get stuff done, but I also want to protect Malin specifically. Like you've split your focus by doing that. I mean, and you see Malin in a swamp, potentially could be leapt upon by some foreign invading bug from another dimension. Incredible. So I'm going to have you roll the same roll, but we're going to make it 1 step harder because you split your focus. So I think go ahead and roll me a speed roll, and the difficulty is going to be a difficulty 5.
Don't you have that move that lets you protect, like defend somebody?
Yes. Yeah, you just pay the points, right? Do you have an edge in speed? Perfect. So that would cost you 1 speed point, and so now you have your block power kind of on her, and then the other speed roll is going to be separate to also you're also helping out. Okay. With the 10, you're 5 below, and unfortunately, you're helping out, and you're killing bugs, and I mean you're getting some egg sacs. You're like crushing them, but you're positioning yourself in a way where you're kind of like watching Mei Lin as she's going about, and she's like, ah! And like like killing stuff as she's going. You see Johnny in the background just like swinging the axe. Mei Lin is at one point going to kind of turn around and be like, hey, like, are you like watching me? I mean, you see like a bug like is going to jump on her, and you immediately are like, whoosh, like kill that one bug. Like she hasn't taken like a single point of damage in all this, right? You see like Johnny's like a little, okay, he's got an injury or two. He's been fighting bugs in the swamp. There's a couple of like big ones, like the one that are like little like these big like crab looking spider things that he's killed, and like others have fought. Yeah. You see she gives you a bit of the cold shoulder, and is she seems a little peeved.
She's rebelling. She's reached that stage.
Leave me alone, Mom.
Yeah.
God.
Actually, she peeved. You see that she starts trying to like position herself so that like Kaylin will come into the picture, and then she'll try to like be on the other side of Kaylin, but I'm like in between you two. So you're having to like you keep watching her, and you're like looking around Kaylin, and she's like going the other way. Kaylin turns to you, just Quinn. I know what it is to have a child. Like touches your shoulder. We can talk after. Hmm? Do you need to cry? He will bring you in for just such a brief but like big hug. And while you're hugging, you just feel his arm shoot out, and he like kills a bug. And then lets you go and back to the battle. Fighting, I think, intensifies. You kill the last of these bugs, and just like last time, as you're stomping out the last of these egg sacs, and now that like this time you didn't have to deal with any fires, so all of the warriors and stuff that you had in your hunting party are able to like really help you guys take out the small fry this time, and you start to, under that really dry area that Wilm created, the ground starts to like crack and then shift, and you can see one big crabby spider leg comes out, and then another one, and a new type of voidling comes out of here, more carapaced, and you can see that it's like should have been very wet and slimy, but because of Wilm radiating that heat, it's like a little dry and cracked. You can see it's like moving, and it's like making that sound when you like rub dry stuff together. It's like plates are moving on each other in a bad way, and you hear it like it just seems very uncomfortable for a bug. You all attack, fight the boss. We're gonna have this over. I'm looking for a difficulty 4 roll from everybody again in the stat of your choice, as you all attack it simultaneously. I mean, you guys, like, there's no ambush this time. You're ready for it. You're ready to go. And basically, if you can beat the difficulty 4 by more than 5, you will take 2 points of damage in the stat of your choice. Not intellect, just might or speed.
Mhm.
If you beat it on par, you'll take 4. If you beat it under, you'll take 6.
Okay.
All right.
And so, because we're ready, can I potentially call out tactics to like our group of individuals to like harry this creature to kind of like keep it because I know it has like all those. Does this one have all the eyes?
This one has 4 eyes, one pointing in each direction. So it's not as, it doesn't have like the cool moving stuff that the last one did, and which had like 6 eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
It definitely seems a little more limited.
Okay. Well, because I do want to kind of like, well, I'm flavoring this to use my like strategy skill, to basically just make our whole group kind of harry this one creature now that we're like all focused on it, and to kind of keep its focus kind of needing to constantly be like around, so like it might not always be able to react quickly in time for certain things, and to try and like make an opening at some point to like help
absolutely.
us.
So I think, Will, you start directing the hunting group. They're able to split off into like little groups and basically do exactly what you're saying. Distract the eyes. If there's an eye in each direction, and then they both go look this way, there's a there's a blind spot right down the middle that somebody could pounce on. So each of you will get an asset to your roll from the hunting party.
Okay. Cool.
What do they call the difficulty as? Difficulty 5 again?
4, you said?
4. Okay.
Edge? When you make like if you use effort, for example, or if you use a skill that it takes 2 points off of that skill or that effort.
Yeah, and the first effort is 3, and if you can apply more than one effort, each one after is only 2. And your edge applies per action, so if you do multiple effort in one action, it's only once.
2 in total the total effort points.
Sorry, I'm just going to close my door.
Well, technically, it's meats. Because it goes a 4 is 12. Get the asset from the hunting party brings it to a 9. The asset from the effort brings on to a 6. So she just meets it at the 6.
So you pass. Yeah, on a meat, you take 4 points to your split between your might and speed as you see fit.
I think I'm also going to use an effort, but in intellect, because again, that's where all my flame comes from. So that's going to be 12.
Yeah, 12 you succeed by more than 5, which means that you only take 2.
Okay.
And we can do any roll for this.
Yep. Okay. So Will comes in with like fire. Quinn is coming in with her speed, but like this is getting mucked up in the swamp a little bit, so it won't do quite as well.
Okay.
Your blades aren't functioning to the most.
Yeah. And I'll say you see Maylin kind of like jumping off like tree trunks, like giving it a punch and then, like flipping away.
She's become so acrobatic.
She's small and light. You ever see a child go bouldering? Drives me nuts. They can do problems so much better than I can.
definitely,
Also, they have
proud
no
of it.
fear. Like a kid will just, they'll jump straight head on at the wall, and I'm like, I'll never do that.
If I fall, I am going to hurt myself, and it's gonna last.
Yeah, for weeks, for months.
So it's just me. I got to roll, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just gonna follow through with that like pack tactics, and I'll use a speed, swift and efficient, and I will pop an effort. Do I have any assets for this? This is like it's like an offensive thing, but this isn't us like defending
Yes.
ourselves.
No, this is like attacking it to kill it.
Okay. I mean, I'm using my spear, so I am trained in the with the spear. Oh, but that's a might. I would have to use might for using the spear.
I mean, you're already getting the asset from the group around us.
Yeah.
You only have to get a 9 right now.
Okay. All right. I'll use I won't pop an effort, but I will use a heavy
Spear
mirror.
training.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, that is an 8.
Which beats, so that's 4 damage to you.
I should have the chart on me at all times. Do we have one in the Discord?
Well, it's basically for every challenge like point, it's 3.
Oh, okay. It's just
So like 4 is 12, 3 is 9,
Gotcha.
2 is 6.
Okay. Yeah, which is and don't forget, in this campaign, we're not there yet necessarily, probably a season 2 thing, but the maximum difficulty in Cypher is usually 10, which is a difficulty 30, which is pretty hard to reach, like almost the limits of like physical, what is physically possible for a character. There are power shifts, which is something we agreed on, which means you can level up stuff past, which will give you like further advantages. So technically, there in this game, there can be difficulty 15 things.
All right.
So that's 45 on a die roll.
Holy crap.
It's a lot.
That's big. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, great. So on that roll, Tomas, you're coming in, holding back these legs, get some small scratches, small gashes, I would say, from this crab spider thing. 4 damage is quite a bit, but altogether you're able to take it down. I think just multiple magical spears and swords stabbing into it, and it goes down. And we're going to get a report from your scout that's watching Oberon. So I'm going to make a couple rolls for him. He doesn't do well. He does well. And doesn't do well. Then we're going to roll for the boss. So right now you're a little ahead, and then shit, that was my dice. Or change dice. Don't mind me. Oh, that one doesn't fit in the tower.
Too chunky.
He does well, and then maybe I can go on something else. And he does well. Alrighty. And with that, you guys are kind of neck and neck. You're slightly ahead of him, but he was doing that alone. And now the scout has reported that some Fae have gathered. And I think like if this was a show, the camera pans over to Oberon, and you see him just like bloody in like another like dark patch of the forest, like bug bodies all around him. And as he breathes, just like, oh, and you see like the glow in the runes on his skin like glows with his breath, and then he's just like, ah! Like the fucking Hun and Mulan calling them from the snow, and you see like a bunch of magical Fae appear. There's like a really tall, thin one dragging what looks like a huge iron sword. You see like another like spindly one that seems to have like 4 legs and 4 arms, and it like walking towards like a tree, and it like separates and then like comes back together on the other side of the tree, which is like wearing rags and things. Seems like it just has like these long clawed hands. You see another one that's like rolls down a hill and comes out. And it's like a rock golem with like this like mossy hair. It's kind of like an afro. And then you see a last one, and she's just like kind of like beautiful fey, pointed ears, like very small pixie wings, like almost Oberon size. Seems to be wielding a bow and arrow, a couple of daggers at her belt, more of like a ranger vibe. Having assembled his four, how many was that? It was 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 5 in my head, so I have to make up one more of these characters. The last one's fucking an animal. Fucking bear comes out of nowhere. Just gallops in, just like, oh, and nuzzles into Oberon. Oberon's like, oh, stop that, you, and then grabs him. Okay, get off me. We ride. And the wild hunt will commence as they rush off into the forest. But you guys are already on your way, searching for the next nest. How are we all looking on HP? How are we doing?
Not terrible. Because we had healed before.
Yeah, I believe you guys have used just
the
keep
action one.
Yeah, it'll come back into effect. Right. I'm gonna need that speed roll from Quinn. As you're scouting, you still get the +3. Everybody's still in the fight. Nobody has been severely wounded yet in your forces. My gut as a DM is that you're searching for something. You're not necessarily assessing a danger level. Yes. Well, now you only have to get a 6. Will it be 12, 9, but you get a +3, 16, 16 to 9 is the +5. You're going faster. Right. You guys find you hear her yell, but it's not for help. It's that she's found the bugs, and with her aid, I think that you guys leap forward. You start to climb up the base of what seems like a hill at first, and as the rolling magical foliage and trees part, and you get up into a rocky surface, you get to what seems like just a small cliff, looking out over some of the forest. And as you look down over the side of the cliff, Maylene is pointing, and there is a bunch of eggs under the overhang of the cliff, hidden amongst the roots up there. And this is going to be a little bit more difficult as they are on the side of the cliff face, kind of like dangling out over open air. So I'll need those rolls again. Tell me how you help contain or destroy all of these nested eggs. These ones glow very faintly. It seems like they don't have, not many have hatched yet. So there's not necessarily stuff to fight. That being said, it's just like really like you're gonna have to climb out on the other side of these things. So this time it is a difficulty 5 all around to get in there and take care of it.
Okay, so they're on the side of a cliff?
Yes. So there's like you traveled through the swamp area back into like normal forested area. You're heading a little bit east, so it's coming to like that springtime side of the Fey forest. And then as you go up a hill, it turns into a little bit more rocky outcropping that's looking over a part of the forest. And off the side of that outcropping and underneath, on the side of a cliff face, there are eggs dangling and hidden into like a bunch of like, it seems like there must have been some sort of a landslide or something at some point that exposed roots and things down the side of this cliff face.
Wilm is gonna kind of turn to Tomas and be like, "Do you want to take Kaelin and just like break the side of it and just have it crush all the eggs?"
Exactly what I was thinking. Kaelin,
Johnny, come help.
everyone who's good at climbing.
Are there any potentially trees that are there that like if we like break off might like their roots might loosen that area to like help the whole like bit fall?
You see in the grass at the top of this mound, there's like old logs and stumps that have kind of decayed. Like they've been here a long time. They're a little bit petrified because they're like exposed to the elements a little bit, being atop this hill, you know, this kind of like cliff face here, like because it turns rocky a little bit more at the top. But
Your camera.
with this thing. That was fast though. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. You were just gesturing at it.
The right motion. It was the right motion.
I understood something.
I wish I could do that on purpose. That'd be
Yeah, it was
really
like
fun.
dramatic effects. Like,
so there you can tell that there's like the roots of these trees still exist in the hill, and there must have been many trees here at some point, but they're mostly dead now. Like old petrified gnarled bits are all that remain here.
All right, but like they're still kind of because like I'm assuming there's something that's managing to keep that all that earth kind of held in place, right?
Yeah, very likely root networks. Yeah,
That's what Willen's thinking. So like he wants to try and ask Johnny to help out with that, but also, I mean, again, I guess it's going to be kind of like a one-trick pony, but he's willing to try and burn the roots that are potentially holding or that rocky surface in place to help them break it down, or to give them an easier time at like kind of breaking it.
Yeah, Johnny comes with his axe. He's, I got you, boss. And he'll give you a +1 as he like and cuts a divot in, exposing some of the roots for you to be able to kind of just touch directly.
Yeah, and I'll like grasp them and start like burning and trying to get that to like follow through that root system and just to loosen the earth for Kaelin and Tomas.
so we're already at the top of the cliff? Like this is all happening at the top of the cliff, or?
I think you're doing that more maybe like midway or something.
Yeah,
you're trying to get
like,
more fruit possible.
Yeah, they're trying to get like the mid, like because I'm picturing it like kind of like this is like the outcropping, and then like the eggs are like underneath.
Yeah.
So like if you cut it off here,
like
it'll fall down and the whole thing will crush.
Yeah.
Like literally
It's like
underneath.
a wave.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a hill in how what is it? The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh yeah, one of those like swirly ones. Okay, yeah. So I'll grab Kaelin and whatever Decaphoutes. I mean, I feel like many Decaphoutes are pretty proficient in climbing. So if there's any that like really are uncomfortable with it, they won't join us. But I'll take Kaelin and as many as possible up to the top of the cliff.
Sure. So you guys all go to the top, and then what's the idea at the top?
Just like caveman mentality, start like bashing. He's got his big club, now's the best time to go and show it off.
Can you roll me an intellect roll? It's a quick roll.
We'll fall, it's fine.
Yeah, you know what, this is your role is trying to
convince us not to kill ourselves.
I kind of really wanted one of you to kind of like boost the other up into the air, and then one of just people's elbow
But it's the
ground.
Yeah, incredible. I'm in on this idea.
Okay.
I don't know why, but like that was like the picture I had of like these giant Decaphoutes just like absolutely taking out this mountain cliff,
just beating up the mountain.
Yeah.
That perfect spot. The weak point.
Okay. Bunch of animals.
All three roll with the stat that you chose. and difficulty of 5 this time. With
Okay.
15 on the die.
Donnie's giving me a +1.
You get a +1. I think all 3 of you are going to get a +1. I mean, I should have done it last time too. You have your lieutenants with you, which are basically going to give you a helping hand every time.
Okay.
Sweet.
I'm still going to use an effort because 5 is high. Whoo! Yes! 19.
Hell
I
yeah.
haven't rolled yet. Are there any assets we can apply to this, or like I'm
If you can think of any.
do I have to? Is this roll contributing to the actual climbing to get to the top, or is it just like we get to the top and now we're just smashing?
It's more about the smashing. The
Okay.
handling of
So
it.
I'll just make a might roll.
Yeah, I think I'll give everyone.
Unless you use your spear down into it.
Oh wait,
as like a
no.
focal
I
point,
literally
and
have
then
jumping
Kalen
attack.
goes and smashes the tip of your spear down into it, like driving it further and like severing it through.
Well, I don't want to lose my spear, but also my hand is like taped to the spear, so that might not be the greatest idea. But I do have yeah. I am trained in jumping attacks, so I feel like that's or climbing attacks. So both of those I feel like would be suitable for this situation.
All right. I mean, yeah, you guys have decided to collapse this small mountain, so
yeah, that go. Oh, I was like, how the hell did I roll a 0? But it's a 10.
Oh.
I rolled a 10.
A 10. You were trying to get a 15.
Yeah, so I think I have one from Kalen and then one from the jumping attack.
Or the jumping attack would be an asset?
Would be an asset, so it would have been 12. So you have an 11 right now on your roll.
Oh, the +1 isn't like -1. It's literally a +1.
It's literally
a roll.
Shit. Okay. Damn.
I will say though, and because you started doing this before I said it, and I will continue what I was going to say, which will make you succeed. I said that there wasn't any hatched here, and so you have all of those hunters. So you see Linda, Joao, and I always forget the third one's name. Atoma. And Atoma basically like are going to be helping you guys, and so that failure, they'll add a little bit of effort onto it. Awesome. And so just as the mountain was like almost like stops, there's another 15 guys go, ah! I'll hit it. I'll jump.
Amazing.
On Quinn's roll of exactly 15, Quinn has just enough like plans out with the couple of understeers that are there and Maylin, and they basically directed you guys to the right spot to stand on where you were able to pound it and not get dragged down the mountain with the rest. And Wilm, on that incredible roll, burnt the roots away, and everything now was just loose and ready to start crumbling. You even see, I mean, you guys can't see it, but the camera does. You see like some of the eggs already like pre-drop before the rest of the mountain falls because the roots that were hanging onto them just like burn away. As this whole mountain collapses down, crumbling down the side. Was 3 successes in the end with the help of your hunter-gatherers giving you that final asset that you needed. The creature, the voidling inside this one, rears its ugly head. A giant earthworm just waggling in slimy pink. But as it gets its head over towards all of you, it wriggles, kind of like almost like sniffing the air, and the front of it opens wide, and rows of serrated teeth as it starts to suck and vibrate. And as it comes down towards you, I'm going to need everybody to make those combat rolls. I'm also going to introduce a new mechanic, which is if you fail basically like heavily, you can choose to have your lieutenant take the damage. They won't die. They'll basically just take a hit for you. If they take a hit for you, they're out until they can heal a little bit. So basically nighttime.
They won't.
I'm never gonna pick that.
Yeah.
Just in case you guys start getting low, there's now there's
No,
it's
I know,
available
but like,
to you.
because if she ever takes it, that means that Mei Lin is going to be the one that's going to get it.
It's a choice.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Diana's ever going to take that because it's going to be the Mei Lin. Exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not
Let me
even
tell
a
you.
choice.
I don't think Maylin feels the same way.
I know. But
Ooh. Yeah. Okay, she'll learn. She'll learn to love it.
does that mean this one doesn't have any eyes though?
All right.
So this worm, does that mean it does not have any eyes this time?
This time it has no eyes.
Cool.
All right.
Oh, but it's a worm. Does that mean if we cut it, it's gonna just like?
Oh no! Don't get Brent.
Continue going. Splinter 2.
No! Burn it! Okay. No slicing, only piercing, and bludgeoning.
Kaylin, you heard Tomas. No slicing.
I always want Willem to roll first because he's using fire attacks, and it feels like wrong to attack first and then be like in the vicinity of flames.
No, that's fair. Okay, so because there's no slicing, I'm going to ask Johnny to help me, and I'm going to ask him to prep his the flat of his axe. I'm going to try and jump on the axe and have him like toss me up over the open mouth of the worm, so I can get onto its head and just kind of like apply my flames to like the head. So it's kind of like distracted on, so it might like rear its head up kind of thing and not aim the teeth down.
Okay. Yeah, Johnny's like, you sure about this, boss?
No, but let's try it anyways.
All right, let's take a chance. He's like bulging muscle. Let's go.
All right. Okay, so am I rolling for the jump and the attack, or is it all in one?
We're all in one. I think just pick the stat for whatever your main attack is going to be. You're just trusting that Johnny's going to make it.
Okay. So I mean, this is all intellect then for onslaught. I will use effort. 19. Last time it was 18 plus 1. This is a flat 19.
All right. Well, 19 plus effort would usually do extra damage in a boss fight. I think in this case we'll have that effect of the boss basically looking away. What we're going to do is that for one person, we will reduce the damage step by 1. Would you like
instead of taking like 4, for example, they would take 2, and yeah.
Exactly. So in this case, for you would take 2. So it's like Johnny heaves you, and as you fly up in the air, it's like this like swirling vortex of teeth and the suction like cone around it as it's coming towards your ally. As you fly up beside this, avoid it, land on its head. Would you like to avoid the damage for yourself, or do you want to avoid the damage for somebody else?
I've already succeeded, so I'll take the 2 and I'll give it to somebody else.
All right, and so your fire attack right into this thing's head, and it rears up and basically does exactly what you want it to. It'll avoid hurting someone potentially by a step.
Yeah, so that's me.
All right, sick. Next roll.
Can I go, Diana? Yeah, okay. I'm going to slap Joao on the shoulder, and I go, "Come with me." And I'm going to slide down the cliff, down to the worm. I'm the way I'm picturing it. The worm's at the bottom, and where it's still at the top. Correct me if I'm wrong, but anyways, I'm going to slide down, get underneath the rear neck of this earthworm, and I want to stab up into it, and sort of like prop my spear so that its head remains up.
Okay,
so it can't like, or it has a more difficult time like, trying to burrow if it tries to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the way because like you had that mounted with the overhang, you broke off the whole top part, and the worms coming out of the middle
I
bit.
I see. Okay.
So as you come up and do like, there's more worm kind of like going down. Like it's actually pretty big as far as the worm goes. But as the head lifts up and you prop it in, you're right. Like you're holding it, and it can't kind of like bring its head back down to bear.
Okay.
So you're kind of like you're at the highest point of the rocky outcropping. What's left of it now.
Okay. Yeah. That helps visualize it. Yeah. So I just get under it. I stab up. I prop it down. I hold it, and I go, "Wow, help me!" And he'll grab onto the spear too to kind of like hold it in place. It's like the two of us.
Perfect. He is the sturdy one and has the muscles to potentially help. So go ahead and roll.
All right, might. I will use an effort. Here we go. Oh God. Oh God. Let me re-roll that. I am not looking. Oh, it's a 2. I should have looked. I got a 2.
On a 2, Will, would you like to use the damage avoidance on Tomas?
I mean, Noya's gonna take 6 right now.
Yeah, it's okay. Zelkarith will take it.
But I feel like
Zelkarith only has 3 armor, so remember that he can only ever take a maximum of 3 at a time.
That is true.
So he'll take 3 damage.
He has 1 more because I gave him all 4 last time.
Yeah, and Zelkarith has a health pool, and when you max it out,
yeah, I'm reducing from the health pool. I just it literally says armor 3. I just completely did not read it.
Nope, all good.
So armor 3 and a health pool of how much? Like, are you good giving him all that 6 damage?
Well, he'll only take 3 of the 6.
Or then, are you good giving him that 3 damage? How much is his health at?
He's okay. Yeah, he has 15 total health, and he took 3 from the last fight.
Okay. I guess I'll save it for Quinn T, I guess.
Okay. All right. You see as Tomas and Joao stab into this thing, blood gushes out of it. It's like acidic blood, just like burning at you. Joao's like, ah!
Hold on!
Yes, my lord! I'm like, my God! It just like slips out of his mouth. It's like, my deity.
This guy's metal. All right.
Quinn. Yeah, I think basically what you're trying to do is hit it back down now onto the spear. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Malin's going to give you that +1. She's like, I'll help you jump. And it's going to like get her hands ready. About to find out. Incredible. You get an 18, more than enough to only take the 2 damage from this fight. You're the last person who's available to get that benefit from Wiln, so you'll take no damage in this fight. And as Maylin just got her hand ready, I got you, and you run and jump, and you see Kaylin is like also there and was gonna do most of the work to throw you. Basically like, hey! And as you soar up into the air, and then flip down, and then drop kick into bed. Yeah, both together. Yeah, Mentor is like meteor drop, and stab it down onto the spear. It just goes right through his head. Sprays blood into the air, and you none of it hits you at all, because Will is on top of that head, just directing, kind of like as it goes down, helping you out. Maybe he like grabs your hand and moves you out of the way, actually. And that's another one down. Now we're gonna roll for Oberon. Where is my dice? He has a hard time. He falls a little further behind in the search, so it takes them a little bit longer. When it comes to the fight,
What?
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no, Oberon.
You get a signal back that Oberon's looking pretty bloody after that battle. I think like movie style camera pan over to Oberon's group, and it was like the sick assembling of his crew. And there's like the one that was a twin. There's only one now. The one with like the giant sword is like missing that arm, is holding it in the other hand. And you can see that like it's like a treant of some sort, so it's like made of wood. The rocky golem has no head, but it's like still there, and you can see it like slowly, like 2 eyes are forming on like the body part of it. There's just like one like piece left, and the ranger, she's just like torn clothing, and Oberon himself like bloody again, and just crushes a crystal that he takes out of his belt, and as the dust falls, it renews some of his vigor and strength, keeping him going. You see like the magic spreads to his crew, like a little like green sprout out of the arm slot. The twin thing just grows 1 more arm, so now it has 3. And they start to recover a little bit. Rock golem like grabs a teeny tiny little rock and like sticks it on top. Basically a hat. They're ready to keep going, but it takes them a little bit longer. Right. That being said, your search rolls, I think, have not been beating it by 5. So we have 1 more, and this is going to be the hardest fight of the day. So this is going to be difficulty 6 for all the rolls, including the search one this time, as you guys make your way a little bit more north looking for nests. I'm going to roll something now, which I forgot to roll earlier. Okay. Quinn, I need you to make this roll. You are getting the same bonus as earlier, which is it's a +3 because you have the 2 Finishins and Mei Lin helping you out in terms of the scouting. So basically 1 asset. Okay, perfect. The sun's starting to set. It's like casting that orange glow over the forest. Right. You needed an 18. With an asset, you only needed a 15. With an effort, you needed a 12. So searching, getting colder. And I think now there's like the sensation of that setting sun, the last warm glow hitting everyone's faces as little flurries of snow start to circle. And you're coming to a forest that is a little bit more north, a little bit colder. It took much of the day to start to get to the fringe here. Night now starts to settle in a little bit, and you find in this area once again a nest. Now you find eggs buried in the snow, much harder to find because they're hidden literally under ice and snow here at the bases of trees. It's going to take quite a bit of effort to find them, so difficulty 6 once again. And this time, as you start to search, the brood mother shows herself right away. this is one of those. It was the first one you fought was like a mantid style of creature, but it was like armored and very strong.
Centipede-esque, yeah.
Yeah, it's like what if you took a centipede and used it to armor a mantis?
Yeah.
This one is much more like the mantises you fought in the northern region before. So slimmer, with like the bigger scythe-like arms that were, not so much pincers like that one had, because it was like kind of like scorpion. It was like a bit of a motley collection of parts. These ones are much more like, okay, that looks like it's some sort of weird mantis. So the way that this one is going to work is that you still have to handle the eggs, but the boss is going to be kind of hindering things as well.
So have a deficit rather than, or a deficit on top of whatever we might add. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, basically, as long as the eggs exist, you guys get one. It's one step of difficulty, so it's a difficulty 7 to hit the boss. So you can either concentrate on trying to take all the eggs out first and then reducing it down to difficulty 6, or you can just like pound away at the boss if you think you can take it out quickly, so that you don't take as much damage. Yeah.
Where are the eggs situated again? Sorry, just
still near trees, but all under snow, so you actually can't see them right now.
okay. And how densely packed are the trees?
This is like more the tundra part, so not super densely packed.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing as like that snowy landscape last time. I wonder if I still have the.
All right. Well, because like I was wondering, like, if the trees aren't that like huge, I was thinking of having them cut down and then I'll set fire to them to kind of just like burn the ground and the eggs on the ground. Definitely could, but I feel like that would be like two birds, one stone. If the trees get felled like inward, and then I light the trees up, it'll be burning the ground as well as the eggs. I don't want to camp in the snow.
I've never done winter camping. I'm sure it would be great.
Just now isn't really winter camping though. Okay. Yeah, sure.
A year ago at exactly the same time as now.
Okay. I mean, I feel like we kind of have to. The boss is tough to deal with. The Decafouts can sort of act as like a barrier against the boss while you guys try and deal with the eggs. How do you feel about that?
I mean, if you like, that's why I was trying to like, if we like get the trees to kind of fall inward, then light the trees, it'll kind of control the fire into that one area, burn the ground, like kind of like melt the snow, hopefully also most of the eggs, and kind of take care of that, and then we can focus on the boss. I don't know how widespread this egg area is, but like I'm hoping that if we kind of like get like maybe 3 or 4 trees down, it should be able to cover most of the area.
How many like weapons do we have that are suitable for knocking down trees? I know Kalen can clearly do it in like one hit. Johnny is probably very capable. Yeah.
Then we need like maybe 1 other or 2 other people to like with like chopping weapons. I'm assuming we have a couple that have axes or some sort.
We do.
So I would like just like task them to try and just like bash down a tree towards each other, and then I'll light everything and use like a couple of the Phoenicians that do have fire as well to help.
Yeah, I'll say like Joao has like an axe where the ability is that it kind of like encases his ankles in earth, like it pulls like the earth up, so he's got like a really
Give me
sturdy
more
stand to do a job.
Very cool.
What was the cooldown? Because you used that already today.
But has Maylin used hers?
No. So she like looks at you and she's like,
She's so...
Please.
Oh, I'm like getting frustrated with it.
she just mumbles, "I'll show you," smacked on a wall. But you activates, and you guys start to get a sense of where everything is. I think that was a really good call in the snow. I'm going to reduce the difficulty of finding the eggs to a 5 instead of the 6. So you burn that resource for today to make it a little bit easier. All right. Johnny, you're doing fire ranged attacks to try and get these things. We have Decafouts, including Tomas, trying to fell trees to make like small bonfire spots for the fire to light up.
Are we doing the fire right away, or are we doing chopping?
That's it. Like, I'm not using the fire right away. I'm waiting for the trees to be down, and then using the fire as like kindling to just light the whole area.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's a very concerted attack of chop tree to make little log area, put fire, make a little bonfire.
I was just like saying like where the like light the tree itself while it's down. That's it. Not even like make a log area.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like it's down. You light that spot on fire. So it, like, I mean, you're also throwing fire at the tree. Like it explodes into a fire.
Yeah. No. Just want to make sure like, it wasn't like we're not like taking the time to like chopping up the tree and like making a little like.
No. You guys are going as fast as you can. There's a fucking mantis attacking you while you're doing it. Yeah. It's chaos. There's fire. There's wood going. So I'm gonna need you guys, make your might roll, make your intellect roll, and for the underseers, May does this mapping. Quinn, what are you doing to help out here in this moment? Are you like speeding around, doing something? All right, so you're trying to catch anything that's not in the fires. You're like cleaning up. Okay, great.
So effort and the roll, I got a 17.
Okay, incredible. 17.
I use
handily beats.
I use efforts, but I only rolled a 7.
A 7, so it was a 15. Only needed a 12.
Yeah.
Do not quite make it. That is less than 5. You're going to take damage from the boss this round, so you take 4. I will not let you use those in this instance because you're trying to go quick to crush the eggs that you know where they are.
So
you will also take 4 damage.
Can I split the damage between Zell and I? Like, I know he has armor 3, but can I have him only take 2 and then I take the other 2? Or does he have to take all 3 and then I take 1?
That's a good question. I think I in my head, the way that it works is that he's either on or off.
Okay.
So if you want to take the damage instead, it's almost like you like retract him from that area so that you can take the damage.
Okay. No, that's fine. Just good to know. So he's at 6 health.
Okay. Oh my god. All right, great. You see a flare comes from the scout. Oberon is catching up, and he's engaged with his boss, and it seems like they've just defeated it.
Okay.
Right. All of you working together, close-knit group, Decafouts, Phoenicians spreading out, collapsing trees, cutting them, Joao rooting in some, Johnny just like, tree, tree, tree. You have the two Phoenicians take to the air. They're helping. They set fire to a couple of trees. You see Will setting stuff on fire, and then Quinn just running through with Mei Lin and getting all the stragglers. Unfortunately, Quinn and Tomas, both of you, taking swipes from that praying mantis. But now only the mantis is left. Kind of like does like a cool sword scythe stance, like whirling dervish at all of you. I'm gonna need the last set of rolls to defeat this thing. This is, though, a difficulty 6.
Yikes.
How low to the ground are they?
How low to the ground?
Yeah.
I mean, mantises have like bendy legs, so I'd say like, yeah, fairly close to the ground, I guess.
So I'm kind of wondering, like, do we have to like bring them lower, like kind of like use there's just one, right?
Just the one. It's like pretty big.
Because I was wondering, like, if it's possible to kind of like avoid its scythy arms and like go for its legs with like our hunting party, and kind of like pull its legs out on all 4 sides, so it kind of like falls down.
Yeah, if you pin it, then it's like its arms don't have as much reach, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And like in a sense, like trying to maximize that strategic skill again.
Okay,
But
I think, yeah, you again, Will, calling out quick orders, quick thinking to surround this thing. 4 groups of fighters, the drill hound kind of like barking at it from the front to try to distract it as they line up to get their to get this in. And in this moment, you will get the asset, each of you, for these guys helping out to try and get this thing down. I will say this, because this one is so dangerous compared to the other ones with its whirling blade attacks. If any of you fail by more than 5, it's going to basically hurt some of the hunter group.
Okay, gotcha.
And if all of you fail, I'm going to kill some of the hunter group.
okay. So I'm definitely going to use an effort here as well. Is that an asset or?
Yes. So now you're trying to get a 15.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll use an effort as well.
So trying to get a 12.
Yeah. Come on. Oh. Okay, got a 13.
Okay.
I didn't beat it by 5, but it's still a beat.
Oh,
4 damage.
I also use effort. All right, here we go. Come on, baby.
Come on.
17.
Hey.
That does beat it by more than 5, and so the groups are able to, with the 3 of you coming in, you like do like cross each other's paths to like go to different directions, and as it like turns its head to follow you, the 4 groups are able to grab the legs, bring it down, and as it like slices out wildly, it catches you, the 3 of you, as you come in to damage it. But Tomas only takes 2, and will deal the final blow. How would you like to kill this mid boss?
Me?
Yeah,
or all of it? Oh
shit.
shit. Okay. It's a concerted effort. It's not just Tomas, but with all 4 of the groups, I feel like there's at least on either side, there's like one side has Kalen and one side has Tomas. Can we just like literally split this thing? Like it tried to do that to me, the last one. So I just want to like rip this thing in half, basically.
Absolutely.
Or at least the legs, like pop the legs off, you know?
Yeah, it catches the two progenitors like with like 2 swipes, but then you and Kalen grab the arms and then just start to pull, and this thing's just, and then all 4 of them like it's just like the blood spilling out, falls over dead.
Don't let the blood touch you.
The dog's like licking some, like
no.
All right.
You can use those for swords. They
Really?
point to the arms.
Kalen's like, ooh. Actually, Kalen's like, ooh, and then the 2 Phoenicians are like, each one takes like an R, like, and now they're like winged scythe wielders, and they're like, yes, super sick.
That's awesome.
It's night now, and I think as the night draws in, it will be more difficult to keep going.
Yeah, we should
Like,
call it a day.
And it depends. Like all of you need healing, you need to rest.
None of us can really see in the dark that well.
And you get the last flare of the night, and it communicates that Oberon's gonna keep going.
Oh God. How's the rest, like the hunting party doing? Like besides us, like the progenitors, like how's everyone else doing? Like
you see like everyone's pretty tired, but none of them have had to use up like any sort of like innate resources the way that you guys have, in a sense. Like they don't have abilities in that way. Their item abilities for the most part are like spent. They've been using them to basically like participate in the fights, like fight bugs and stuff. Like if someone's gonna get hit, it's like water and like splash into a bug's face and help somebody out. So they haven't taken any casualties. In terms of Johnny, Malin, and Kalen, they're looking pretty okay. None of them had to take a hit for any of you, so they're still able to help and give you guys those pluses on your rolls when you need them. So it's down to your stamina, I think, as progenitors. You guys have been carrying this hard, but it means that most of the resources that are helping you are still available.
Mm-hmm.
Think on it this way. One of the main reasons that Oberon has been able to get this far is that he's had a whole vault of magical items to use at his disposal. Whereas we're just making do with what we have.
Many guys get ciphers as well that no one has been tapping into.
I mean, mine isn't that useful right now.
Yours is so useful. It has so many points of power in it.
What? But your cursed item?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think we should rest, but I also think we should keep going. But I do not want to continue this game with Oberon. Scout, I look over. Is the flying Phoenician with us now, or is they still like out and about?
They're on the ground with you.
Yeah.
Just like one of them was like keeping an eye, so when the flare goes off, he knows like what the color means. Like, and they had decided like beforehand what each.
Okay. Scout, how far is Oberon's party?
Judging from the with actually, I want his voice to be different. Judging from where the lights were going off over there, definitely a few kilometers away. So I could tell from the color of the magics. Seems that he's going to be currently continuing his search. I don't know if he's going to go all night. I can stay up and keep watch, and I can switch off with with Benedict over here, and he can take a look over at the player.
Benny, please.
sorry, Benny. Sorry.
Because all my guys have like Y ending names.
Yes.
Oh.
I feel like they all have full names, but Everyone always uses the Y.
Well, no, because like one's Johnny, then Gregory, Susie, Riley, Finley, Ozzy, Jeremy, Timmy. Like it's all like.
Wait, that's so good. Okay, I'll have a little meeting with the other progenitors. What if we join Operon's group? We are split, two of us. That's two groups. It feels like at any moment some of us might die, but for what? I appreciate it. And we have shown that we can keep up for the most part. We could probably keep going if we really wanted to, but I don't think that is so wise. But if we join them, despite what they think, imagine what we could accomplish.
I'm running at about half steam here. After how many? We've done, what, 5 fights now? 4?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, like as Tomas is talking, he's like he's clearly like spent, but you know, I still want to like keep going, but in a way that doesn't necessarily risk all of us.
Even if we continue throughout the night, personally, I don't see that well in the dark. And we were nearly ambushed by this last creature. If it's only going to get worse from here on, even if we join Oberon, it's might not be the greatest idea. If we were to rest now and join him in the morning, when the vision is clear, the sun is out, that might be our best recourse.
Ken says, I will follow whatever decision you give. And Johnny just nods. He's like leaning on his axe too, looking, he's tired the whole day. Maylin has her arms crossed and goes, I think we should keep going. I think that if we can get a 1 up on the Fae, it would be really beneficial for us.
Did Oberon take one out, but like when we took our first one out? Or did he just start afterwards?
He started alone, and then he was like a little behind you guys in terms of searching. And then the flare said that he was like gaining ground, and by the 4th fight, he had caught up. Oh no, he only did. I think it was 3.
Right? Yeah.
He did it 3 with us. That's what I'm saying. We had the one initially at the beginning, and then he started with our the next 3.
Exactly. Yeah. So he you're right. He's only done 3 to your 4 right now, but he's still going.
Yes. But he also had that one fight that went real bad for him, and he used up
Yeah.
I mean, again, he might have other healing resources true, but he did use a pretty powerful one.
Your characters don't know that any of that happened, by the way. That's
right, no, but I mean,
right.
What we can infer from having a really bad fight, then continuing on, and having an okay fight, and then continuing on, it's we can kind of surmise that okay, something happened that helped him in that next fight, and then he's gonna keep on going, but he's had that bad fight, so there's he might not have much steam left in him either.
Well, Quinn, what do you think? Well, I trust the two of you. We will rest.
Pick it up again tomorrow, no issue, but might be just safer to rest for now.
All right.
You hear Zelkarith in your mind. Can I sleep as armor on you? It is too cold here.
Of course. Stay right where you are. I'm gonna like walk away from our little powwow here, and I'd like to just do like I start to like enter rest mode, but I kind of want to gauge like the rest of the hunting party, like their emotions. So just get like a blanket feel for the entire group, and how they're doing, and like what their morals, like their spirits are like.
Yeah, for sure. I think no role needed is like you feel the unity of this group. Like you guys have been through some tough battles, been fighting all day, like making great time through the forest. And I think like you sense some of that is like you have your spider mounts and they help you guys cover like a lot of distance. But it's also like you pick really competent people. Right, you're all three of you are good leaders and like are able to pick paths and like make some quick decisions and choices. Willem has been like leading in terms of like battle, in terms of like strategizing, and I mean like Tomas, like you've been like basically like cutting through enemies and creating a path for them to like take advantage of things as well. So you can feel the determination in the group. I think if you want to roll an intellect roll to get like a more individualized sense in people, you can do that. Basically, it's like you're from having worked with them all day. It's like you can get those surface thoughts almost for free. It's like you've been riding in this emotional bubble the whole time.
Okay, I think that's enough, especially with the hearing what Will and Quinn had to say. So I just accept it, and I get ready to rest basically, and just conserve as much energy as possible.
Would like to have like before resting, as everyone's kind of like settling down to rest, Will wants to take like some time and kind of like go around to all the hunters and kind of like clap on the shoulder here, like some words here, a joke there, to kind of just like, and not like, because I know like the morale is still kind of like high, but just to like kind of like show like appreciation for their help and everything, and to like good job kind of thing, just kind of like show the gratitude for helping this like ridiculous situation.
Yeah, absolutely. You thank them. Everyone's pretty jovial. Like there's been no casualties too, so everything has gone fairly well. And as people are like applying salves and like small wounds here and there, and even like you guys, you gotta like try and heal up for the night to make sure you're ready for the next day. And there's like they built like a few like 3 small fires, and like the spiders have kind of closed in a little bit closely, and they have like their limbs in, so people are sleeping with their mounts and things like that, and there's like low chatter. And everybody break out some food. You can see there's like a little bit of like vegetables and things that people start to eat, dried jerky.
Of course, we end the day in the frost area.
Yeah.
Of all places.
No.
Only us, though. I don't think you can fit
Oh,
all these
yeah,
people
our
and
little house.
spiders.
No.
Especially not with the spiders, for sure.
It's a good place if we have any injured, though.
But yeah, no. If we were maybe with spiderless, maybe, but I think with spiders it wouldn't work. But anyways, yeah. So we'll take time to do that and then rest as well.
Great. And you all settle down for the night, posting some watch people, just to make sure Robbie and Benny volunteer for the first watch. Like Malin sleeps a little bit away from you. Quinn is like on the other side of like 2 spiders. Like, Kaylin comes to you though. We have time to talk now. Do you wish to complain? Do you wish to vent? She is big, bigger than mine. And so you will learn different lessons than I have. But so far, they're more capable, I think, than we give them credit for. I think worrying is good. Of course. I will do so then. So he leaves you to sleep. He will go over to Tomas, talk a little quietly with you just about the hunt in the day, point out some things that some hunters did well. The three that you brought, Linda, Toma, and Joao, did well in his eyes, so he's has praise for them. And then we'll leave you to your sleep.
Perfect.
I think Robbie and Benny chatting by the fire with you, Will. They're talking about how they might make those scythes into like some actual usable weapons. They seem pretty excited about it.
I mean, definitely some attacks from on high. Maybe catch the enemy or any foes definitely by surprise.
Yeah, you see Benny like stalks of wheat.
That was a girl. Never mind.
Benedict. The man Benedict.
That could also be a girl. That's why.
His name is Benny Cumby.
Not Benny.
Not Benny. Great. All right. Everyone goes down for the night. What time is it now?
9:50.
My bar is not coming up. And now the bar came up and 51. We have 9 more minutes, which is just enough time. Quinn, you're being shaken awake. You open your eyes. It's the wee hours of the morning. I think it's not bright yet, but you can tell that it's a lighter gray. It's Kaylin. She's gone.
Kaylin left.
No, I took a watch, and as you said, I kept an eye on her when I started the watch. I see her footsteps going away from the camp. I don't think she'd go that far, but I think we need to catch up. At your word, I will rouse the camp. Right. And with that, Kaylin will go around and start rousing people. Willem, Tomas, you begin to wake.
All right. And I'll send Benny and Robbie up in the air, see if they can find her.
They go to fly up, go off to scout. You send your texts. They are unread.
Seen, but not.
They're not left. They're not left read. They are unread.
Okay.
Okay. I'm also gonna have Atoma follow the scouts from the ground. Sorry, Atoma. Which one's it?
Isn't Linda the quick one?
Linda. Yes, sorry, Linda. Atoma's the
Linda.
Linda.
Atoma is the sneaky one. So if you want like a tracker type of
No, it's more just like to try and catch up with.
Okay. All right. So Linda heads off then with Benny and Robbie. Scouts go off. Everybody starts to get ready, and I think we're going to end there for today as the camp gets together. But I will say this: if you had any rests left, please apply them. I think. Did you guys get the benefits of a long rest? I'll leave it to chance.
Oh.
Because that would be technically our fourth.
Your fourth one if you hadn't used it.
That's it. We
didn't rest 10 hours.
So it's the wee hours of the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So let's leave it to a dice roll. Dana, if you would be so kind to roll a d20. If it is I'll say a 13 or higher, you guys get the whole list. You do not get the last, fourth of your rests. Unfortunately, it was just a bit too short.
Okay. Well, we basically we can't use the last one, right? So like I can use the 10 minutes and the 1 hour. I'd already used the one action one from the that first fight we did. Okay.
So that's 8. And then plus our tier level, right? D6 plus tier level?
Yeah, always a D6 plus tier. And I'll remind you, though, you cannot take the shorter ones until you do that longer one, which means that now you have no healing today until you take your next long rest.
Oh, yeah. Does Zell get any healing? Does he also heal?
That's a great question. As long as he was not downed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, how should this work? He's not a progenitor, so he doesn't heal at the same rate as you guys. Oof.
Maybe only long rests or something.
What's your tier?
2.
It's a 2. I don't want to make him too strong because already having armor 3 is really good, and the 15 pool is pretty good. I'll say this: because he's not a progenitor, he'll get a D4 plus your tier.
Okay.
Per day.
Per day. Okay. But does it count for this one if we didn't take a long rest?
I will say that it does. Like, he's a spider, so it's not the same.
Okay. But like now for the next
yeah, he's more like an item in this case, where it's like just once per day he heals a D4 plus your tier. So, and as a spider, he doesn't really they don't sleep in the same way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So it's more just his regenerative powers are coming into effect.
All right. Beautiful. So he heals 4.
Okay, great. Just add the 1d4 plus tier regen per day to your thing. I will for sure forget that. Incredible. And with that, I think that we're done for the session for the day, and I will hand out EXP. So Quinn was doomed and got one for free today because I thought that was pretty fun.
Instead of using one.
I brought it back later. You guys did pretty good. I think that you were neck and neck with Oberon for most of the session. He really only pulled... he only did well at the end, and then he went into the night. I will roll his night now. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. I'll give you guys 1 XP for defeating 4 mini bosses, and I will give you. I'll give you a Cypher
See
They're playing Cypher after all. Hold on. I have a list of ciphers that I can hand out. Is it items and equipments? Yes. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Peter, roll D20.
Oh, okay. 11.
Sweet. You have found a I think like one of the hunters will bring it to you in this morning. They spent some of the time on their watch, just like what's the word? They were like preparing some of the like monster parts that they had found, like including the size. You take some of the flesh off it, keeping the carapace and things like that. And they give you what seems like this is disgusting, but it's gonna be like a membrane that you can put over your face and kind of tie off. But what it will do is for yeah, it's a one-use thing that for 1d4 hours will filter toxins. So it basically lets you breathe in like a poisonous environment.
1d12 hours. Okay.
1d4 hours.
Oh, 1d4. Why did I hear 12?
That's a lot of hours. Yeah, it's like 4 hours. It's like
Okay.
And then it'll, it's absorb too much. It'll be full.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So now I have to replace that in my sheet. Oh, and I have to replace this one too. All right, fun. I'm likely going to be giving out more ciphers instead of XP as we go, just so you guys don't level up too quickly to max. Seeing as you're already kind of more than 30% of the way to max level. Because there are only 6 tiers. So tier 2 is a third of the way.
Yeah.
But there's also power shifts. So I will keep that in mind as well. So if ever you guys choose not to level, you choose to power shift instead, that's an investment of XP that's not necessarily gaining you tiers. So, doing that early is very powerful, but then it also does delay leveling up. So, pro con. Alrighty. And with that, that's it for today's adventure on the Hexagon TTRPG. Thank all of you players for being here, and you, if you're in chat, making an amazing session. If you enjoyed the game, don't forget to follow us so that you're ready for our next episode. You can tune in this Thursday for Champs Challenge, probably, DM'd by Bernier. And next Tuesday, I believe that we have the Chittering Woods potentially. And on Thursday, we'll be Peter DMing Geneset. So we got a full schedule lined up, barring any last-minute changes. So be on the lookout. And I mean, if you're following us, you'll get a notification. You can find more content and world building and updates over on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Just look for us at the Hexagon TTRPG. And once again, it's the Fiery Wilnfair, played by Simon, the Tough Tomas, played by Peter. The Intergalactic Angel, Quinn T314, played by Diana, and me, everyone else. And that's me, Brent, signing off. We're the Hexagon. We're Hexagon. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
You're trash.